Hello, happy Monday. So it's meal prep Monday and I'm going to show you guys what I'm making for this week. So over here I have this big bag of chicken that I get from Trader Joe's, the lovely Trader Joe's. So this one whole bag will be for my husband's lunch and it's enough to feed him for the week. And then I chopped up some potatoes, so he'll be having some potatoes this week. And then for me, I'm gonna have this pork tenderloin. So I'm gonna go ahead and season these up and then I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so what I did is I sprayed this foil with some of this coconut spray, just so that it doesn't stick to it. And then I go ahead and I spray the top of the chickens and as well as the other side. And then this week I'm seasoning it with this Montreal chicken seasoning. It's a pretty good seasoning blend and I like it, tastes pretty good. And then I just added some fresh rosemary on top because I have some overgrowing in my garden. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting that in the oven. And then right now I'm gonna work on seasoning this pork tenderloin. And then I basically got some herbs from the garden. So I got some rosemary and then some thyme, which, you know, it's in there somewhere, and some tarragon. So, oh, and oregano. So I'm gonna go ahead and chop this up and then I'm gonna do like a dry rub. So I'll show you what that looks like. So here's what I'm using to season my pork tenderloin. It's a Trader Joe's dry rub. So as you can see, I had already kind of put some on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and add these herbs on top. And then I'm just gonna like rub it all around and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, here it is all rubbed up. So for a tenderloin, what you wanna do is you wanna create like a kind of like a crust on it. So you just basically load it up with a bunch of seasonings and like some fresh herbs like I just did, and then you just like rub it in. I sprayed a little bit of this coconut oil on top of it too, just so that it can stick to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven. I'm gonna put all of this in the oven together so it can all cook at the same time, probably about 30 minutes, and right now the oven's at 400 degrees. So I'll let you know what this looks like. Okay, next up we have this organic squash that I'm gonna chop up, and then I'm gonna make myself some cauliflower rice. So I'm gonna go ahead and saute these both up, and then I'm gonna start cooking them. So here's my chopped up zucchini, and then I remembered that I actually had some little baby bell peppers from my garden, and I needed to get rid of them. So I threw them in with the zucchini. And I'm going to season it with this Mrs. Dash. There's no salt in this, so make sure that you do add some salt, but this is just like a garlic and herb seasoning, and it's pretty good. And then I'm also going to be seasoning my cauliflower rice with this too, just to carry over the flavors. As I explained, I like to kind of, when I decide like what kind of seasoning I want to use, if I want to go like Mexican or Italian, then I try to like season everything in that same type of flavor. So I'm just going to add some of this and then stir it around, let it cook a little bit more, and chicken and all that stuff is still cooking, and all this is still browning, so it'll be a couple more minutes. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and get some rice that I made last week and go ahead and portion it out into some containers for my husband. So here I'm all done with all of that. Nice and done. And then I went ahead and I added the rice to my husband's meals. So he has about 4 meals because today's Monday and he just needs some for the rest of this week. So there's only 4 more days left. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my containers with some veggies and the cauliflower rice. So all the meats are finally done, and what I did is I stuck this thermometer inside the pork tenderloin to make sure that it was cooked, and it's pretty good temperature, so that means that it is a-okay, it's all done. And then I have this, our potatoes over here, and then I have our chicken. So this is all done. I'm just gonna let it cool down, and then I'll add it in with the rest of all this stuff. So over here I added the veggies to our plates, and then I'm going to add my cauliflower rice right here, and then I'll go ahead and slice up the tenderloin once it's cooled. I'll probably let it cool for about 10 minutes because I want all these juices that you see right here to run back into the meat, so that way it's a nice juicy meat and it's not all dry. So I'm just going to let it hang out and sit for a little bit. So I sliced up my tenderloin and it's nice and ready, so it's perfectly cooked. Nice and pink on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my containers, and then I have some juice that's over here. So what I'll do is I'll just put this on top of the tenderloin, so that way when it cooks in the microwave, it'll have some juices to it, so it won't totally be like all dry and stuff. So I'll show you what that looks like. So meanwhile, let me go ahead and put these in my containers. So I sliced up my tenderloin and it's nice and ready, so it's perfectly cooked. nice and pink on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my containers, and then I have some juice that's over here. So what I'll do is I'll just put this on top of the tenderloin, so that way when it cooks in the microwave, it'll have some juices to it, so it won't totally be like all dry and stuff. So I'll show you what that looks like. So meanwhile, let me go ahead and put these in my containers. So here we are, all done. Here's my food. So here's the pork tenderloin with the zucchini and the bell pepper and the cauliflower rice. And then over here we got the potatoes that I roasted for my husband with some rice, some herbed chicken, and then some more veggies. So he's all good to go with his meals. And then here's my meals. So we're all done for the week. I think this is a very nutritious lunch for the both of us, and it's totally, I don't mind cooking two different things. I actually think it's like the same type of prep work, so it doesn't really matter. And sometimes like I just want to eat something different and he wants to eat something different. So take me about an hour to put this all together, but it wasn't even like that intense or anything like that. So to me it's really easy, really simple, and I suggest that you guys definitely try it. And thanks for watching this video, and thanks for joining me this week. And here's my little sous chef Delilah. She says, So I'm gonna go ahead and box these up and then put them in the refrigerator, and I have my lunch for the week. So don't forget to follow me on my blog. My blog is littlewellnesscorner.com, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, so that way you can get my meal prep newsletter as well as my blog newsletter. Every week that I do submit every Friday, so that if you do watch it, you can go over the weekend and go shopping and stuff like that and get your groceries, so that you can meal prep on Monday. So I will be posting this on Friday. You guys will be getting it. So today's Monday, and have a great day. Look, she's already digging into her daddy's food. That is just too cute. Yummy, huh? Silly girl. All right, have a great week and take care. We'll see you next week. Bye.